this demonstration we're going to look at creating DHCP scope. So the purpose of a scope is to hand out IP addresses and to also hand out associated IP settings, things such as default gateway, routing addresses, WINS addresses, and anything else that you want to hand out by using IP via DHCP. So what we're going to do at this point here, we're just going to come into our server. We've come into our DHCP admin tool. We're only using IP version 4. So what we're going to do at this point here is come to IP version 4, expand this up a little bit, and then if we right click, what we're going to do is create a new scope. So this brings us into a wizard. So what we're going to do here is select next. Then on next, we're just going to fill out the table. So I've called this branch office. Let's select next. Next thing to do is fill out our IP address range. My server can hand out any IP address from 172.16.0.100 all the way through to 200, and we're going to use a subnet mask of 255.255.0.0. So we'll select next. Next thing we have here is we have the exclusion. So what I have is I have a printer device that's on 172.16.0.190, and I have a few other devices that go all the way through to 200. So let's just add those in. So now we've had these IP addresses, we'll select add. And then what we'll do here is we won't bother with the subnet delay in milliseconds, so we'll just select next. Then on our lease duration, what we're going to do here is we're going to make this lease for 8 days. And select next. Then our configure DHCP options. Yep, we do want to configure some settings now, so we'll select next. First thing we're going to do here is just add our default gateway, which will be 172.16.0.1, so we'll add that and select next. Next thing we get here is we get to our DNS servers. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave the one in that's already here, and we'll just leave Demo15 as our parent domain and select next. Don't use WINS, so we'll select next. Then what we'll do is we'll just activate the scope so that our DHCP server can start handing out IP addresses. Once we've done all of that, we'll select our finish button. And what we've now done is we've now added our scope. Pull this across a little bit. We can see that we can get information relating to the scope. So we can have a look at the address pool. We can have a look at any address leases that are being put in place for handing out IP, based usually off MAC address. So we can also put in reservations based on MAC address, so a device will always get the same IP address. Here's the scope options that we specified, but there's nothing to stop us adding additional ones. And then we've also got our DHCP policies as well. And that's the end of this demonstration. Thanks very much.